You've heard it said before, decisions aren't made in a bubble. The decisions you make and the actions you take affect those who are around you. Rehoboam learned that lesson the hard way. Rehoboam followed his father Solomon to the throne of Israel. Well, Solomon had exacted harsh labor on the people, and a delegation led by Jeroboam went to the new king and asked him to take away the harshness. Well, in private, Rehoboam asked his elder council what they should do, and they advised that he become a servant to the people, lighten their load, and the people would always be faithful servants to the king. Well, his circle of younger friends gave him just the opposite advice. They told him to work the people harder. He chose to do what his younger friends wanted him to do, and so he told the delegation, and he wound up with a divided kingdom. We all have to deal with someone else's decisions or actions at one point or another. Fortunately, when we suffer the negative consequences of somebody else's bonehead decision, God can redeem the situation. Although Rehoboam wound up ruling only 2 tribes, Judah and Benjamin, as opposed to Jeroboam's rule over 10 tribes, it was through Judah that Jesus came to us. God can work and often does what seems to us his best work in situations that seem the worst. We should always consider how our decisions and actions affect those around us. In systems thinking, it is said that you are the highest leverage point in any system that you are in. More simply, you make a difference. You are more powerful than you think you are, no matter what situation you're in. Clint Eastwood's film Invictus tells the story of Nelson Mandela's use of the South African rugby team to help heal a nation divided by apartheid. In one scene of the movie, he explains to a team member, reconciliation starts here, forgiveness starts here. He knew his actions would have a ripple effect on those around him. And eventually the blessing of that ripple washed across the whole nation. Rehoboam made a bad decision, but it was really his father Solomon's actions that divided the kingdom. Solomon forsook the one true God and chased after the other gods. He neglected to serve the people and instead forced them to work harder. And he was focused on himself, as reflected in his accumulation of wives and gold and horses, and it was all in direct disobedience to God's counsel. His son Rehoboam was merely living out the consequences of those decisions and actions. Let's learn from Solomon's mistake. Love God first, love others second, and serve those that do not yet know God. You'll be surprised to see how far your ripple effect travels. Amen? Amen.